What is popping, ladies and gentlemen? The long-awaited race. It is here. We have got
to perfect in order to get a decent time. That I'm really, really stoked to see what these guys are going to pull out today. I think their training, especially with some of the greats, is going to pay off pretty well. But only time is going to tell, and that time is going to be on the timer. So let's see what these guys have to show for us. We're going to be starting in just a moment in the back. This is going to be quite a squabble, I'd have to say.
Yeah, it's going to be a match. Now, Ludwig was, I believe, in London the past week, so I'm not sure if he's really had a chance to play very much. I'm excited to see how it goes. We'll see what this boy can pull out of his pocket. But DonB in the bottom left looking pretty smug. He's looking pretty ready to do some damage. And we're just about to get this race started on the road.
Now, my eyes could be deceiving me, but it looks halfway like Ludwig is actually on an MU based on the text.
He is. He is indeed.
So, maybe he lugged the laptop with him and decided to practice on the go in London. We'll just have to see. And already in the chat, she's being asked what time he's expecting for Ludwig, simply responding, not an LQ. I don't have a clue what an LQ is, but, guess we're about to find out.
Yeah, we might find out. I don't know. We're going to see what happens. I'm confident in my boy, though. I feel like a Pokemon trainer tossing DonB into the ring against Ludwig. Now, DonB, if I remember correctly, has dropped a 126 in 70 star. Ski Dude expecting 2 hours plus from Ludwig. I don't know. We might just see Bibbidi Bop, but I don't know. Ludwig perhaps been training in the hyperbolic time chamber and getting some easy win right here. It's totally realistic, definitely possible, definitely, probably, almost likely. But I don't know. I don't want to say. I don't want to. It's happening. The race is going, and we are moving along, frozen in time here, getting the sync. It's going to be a doozy. That is all I can say.
Kind of interesting, Ludwig going from file select here. Let's see what's going on in the back. This is a pretty big old sync that we've got.
Yeah, not really sure what's going on here. Okay, Ludwig, finally with the reset. Let's go. It has happened. The timer is red, and we are moving. He is already in the red. Okay, making sure that he is on start file. Boom. The sync is happening, and DonB on Japanese version actually loses time in 70 star, believe it or not. Ludwig rocking the superior English version.
I am curious, in Australia, DonB's native country, which cart is more available? I would honestly be curious if Japanese, for some reason, is just more widely available due to its proximity. I really have no idea.
That's a good question.
We've got them going into a Lakitu skip here. We've seen even the best of the best with days of practice put into this game failing this trip. Let's see if these guys can clutch out a quick win on this little bridge here. And of course, what setup they opt for. DonB with a very, very interesting redirect. Nowhere close.
Oh!
Ludwig slamming it out of the park. Wow.
The Grandmaster Ludwig, and here it is right now, folks. It is happening. The man has landed the skip, and now DonB is down. I don't know if he'll be able to get back now. This is quite a deficit. We'll see what he's got. Bomb Clip is up next.
And Ludwig with a very interesting camera angle for this clip here. And DonB, unfortunately, getting that early cam. If you try to do the camera movement a little bit too early, then you'll end up getting that really awkward camera that you have to deal with. Ludwig, first try, though.
The man is moving. He definitely plays the game. DonB with a little bit bigger of a bomb, so saving a little bit of time there, but no ground pound on the start. We've got ourselves a start here, ladies and gentlemen. Ludwig already popping off. But we will see what happens. Womp's Fortress a very difficult stage. Interested to see what kind of strats we're going to be rocking. DonB with the side flip attempt.
That strat is not only harder than the long jump wall kick, it's also slower. So I'm not sure what's going on in his head there, but he's making his way into the slide. Ludwig, let's see what he starts out with. I'm thinking a cannonless attempt.
Oh man, this guy might be going all the way. The jump dives are real, slipping around. Sliding.
The front flip.
Oh no, here we go. It's Owl's time. Let's go. That looks good.
Oh. That's about as close as you can cut it without making it. That's unfortunate. Melee, not even messing around with the slide skip. He's just gonna hope that he gets down the slide in time. Barely makes it, 0.2 to spare. Yeah, he's just gonna go for a cannonless now. Owl's is one of those tricks that it just, especially on MU or VC, it's just not worth it. It really mainly saves time because of how much the tower makes the game lag when you're trying to use the owl.
Yeah, pretty much, but Ludwig on emulator doesn't need to worry about that. Decides to go for cannonless. Looks like we might see an owl busted out from the man. Would not be a bad choice. I'm interested to see what DonB has decided to do. I think I told him to just use the owl, but I also told him to single jump outside of the Bob-omb battlefield door. We saw how that went. He went for the side flip. It was a little sloppy, but he's going for 100 coins. Ludwig with a beautiful shooting to the wild blue.
Yeah, and it looks like DonB is going to be heading for that half cycle. Not sure if he's going to be able to get it with that especially not with that dive. He's pretty much going to be having to wait for the platform to come all the way around. Although that movement is honestly easier than what you have to do during full cycle. It's just the movement before the, half cycle. It's really, you're just kind of arranging where exactly you want the difficulty to be, as far as if you want your awning wall kick to be harder, or if you want your movement while you're waiting for the platform to be a bit harder.
Yeah, DonB getting the cycle very nicely. Definitely won't be seeing any pro cycles here. That would be insane. But Ludwig moving at the speed of light with this 100 coin. He's got the strat. Oh, going for the kick. That is not going to work.
For some reason, he went for the harder form despite, looks like going for the half cycle. So not sure what was going on there. He probably could have gotten up there had he not kicked.
Slipping over here on DonB's side. He does figure it out, though. Ludwig taking a tour around the map. Does not want to bother with any sort of slope magic. Okay, and we are Dusty Boys getting up on his hands and knees.
He's gonna have to wait yet again for the rotating platform. Oh, can he even get up there in time? Okay, let's see if he's good at this back up here. This is a pretty weird one.
Okay, we are in the corner. Ludwig is making it happen out here, but gonna go back to what he knows works. And DonB finishing up that 100 pretty nicely.
That's certainly one of the hardest stars to learn and get proficient at. It's up there with the TTC 100, although not as deadly. You can lose a ton of time to just little things. DonB with his cannonless. Ledge grab position looked good. He's taking it extra safe. There we go.
Oh no!
Oh boy! That's it! He did it! Oh no!
Rest in peace, Ludwig.
That is the worst spot to fall. Wow.
Working very hard overnight, staying on the weekends to get those coins, and all for it to amount to nothing. He's gonna have to do those again, and now DonB getting himself quite a lead here in Womps. I can't imagine it's gonna get much prettier as we move further along through the run.
Yeah, Ludwig just has some very, very interesting movement generally. He seems to be going for the double jump dives fairly often for some reason. And he's really reliant on these front flips. Front flips are a good thing to have in your toolkit, but overall there are a lot of cases where something else would be faster. And it seems he's also kind of been experiencing a problem that Paracush's kind of talked about with newer runners about not going into lack of 2 cam C down. For some reason, a lot of new runners just forget that C down exists. And Ludwig, even though he's in it now, he seems to be taking a while to get into that camera position.
Yep, chat stating, for those who are just now arriving, DonB definitely has had more hours logged in the 70-star practice department. Ludwig has been little bit sidetracked, was in London, you know, hasn't really had an opportunity to complete a 70 run, so I'm interested to see what he whips up as we go further along. Oh, that is a big bomb.
He gets the bop. Okay. I'm really hoping the blue coin stays up there, but I don't even know if he's going to go look for it. He's got to go over there. Oh, it's on the edge. He needs to get over there pretty fast.
All right, he's got it.
Whew.
Not bad at all. Oh, not quite able to make it up there. And DonB is done with Womps. Not bad at all. Ludwig!
Again? No! I don't even understand how he just died there.
Will we see the end of Womps 100? I'm not sure. The game over is it's in question. And DonB. Oh, no, sorry. He is grabbing the owl and then wrapping it up here in Womps.
Yeah, I mean, see what I mean with Ludwig? He's still in standard Lakitu cam right now. I don't know when exactly he's going to decide for C down, but he just can't pick up these coins. I think right here he's... Nope, still in the standard Lakitu cam. Just... There we go. Now he realizes.
That is what I'm talking about. The C down has been initiated. Going for the double jump once again. There it is. Learning. Each iteration is getting better here. Ludwig speeding up.
Yeah, he's going to wait for this full cycle. I do not blame him. Let's see. DonB, he has no reason to even try for the slide skip right now, unless he just wants to save a couple seconds. He's going for it. Okay, let's see if he can grab it.
He's got it. The turnaround. Oh, a little early on the bump. Shaking his head. Not happy about that one. Understandably so, but he doesn't need to get the timed star. He could finish a little bit after 21 seconds to prevent the spawning of the star. In fact, that would be the best move.
Yeah, and failing with that bonk, he's pretty well going to be on pace for that, 24-second time. Oh, Ludwig very nearly side flipping into the oblivion yet again. Let's see. He's at 86. I think he's got enough, and he's not going to have to go over any more dangerous areas once he gets past the...
Thank goodness. Ludwig.
Yeah, no more pits to fall into. DonB is going to go into wing cap star. He's playing it really, really calm and collected right now. He's just going to go down the casual route. He does not care about speed. He does not care about those arcs. He's just cruising right now. He must know about Ludwig's 100 coin troubles, which are now over as Ludwig can be finally advancing to some of the more meaty stars in Womps Fortress.
Yeah, there we go. Womps Fortress chugging along here. DonB searching for the platform. It's time to fall.
Does he think that he has another red to grab?
No, he's just flying around. You know, flying, I mean, it's quite difficult. A lot of players make it look very easy. And DonB had expressed that to me, that he was going to do that strat, the wing cap. I was like, I mean, you really have to grind it out. It's just like everything else. It's quite difficult. But Ludwig masterfully with the ground pounds through the womp.
Beautiful strat. That's personally my favorite because the sides of the womp hitbox extend a little bit further than the textures would imply. And so doing the jump kicks around the womp can be a little bit finicky sometimes, and you can still get a very, very fast setup for landing right on the star during the ending. DonB taking the switch burn. Okay, he's just going to go with the standard movement here. Not going to try to collect the second red first.
Oh, moving along.
Okay. The standard triple. Pretty well cementing some sort of normal or later cycle here. Going around the bridge. That bridge long jump clip can be a little bit finicky at times. You really have to, that's another one you just have to grind out. Nice movement so far, though. Yeah, that's a little bit close with the long jump. Where was that side flip even going?
That's the momentum stop side flip. It's like, please stop moving, Mario. But
I see.
I don't know if I told him about the neutral landing thing, but it's easier said than done, where you can just hold neutral as you land, and then you stop all your momentum.
And Ludwig using that owl, clearing out womps now. DonB kind of shaking his head, not really proud of that dark roll, but no deaths. And ultimately, I think just about all the movement went pretty close to how he wanted it to. Blessed by the dance. Gonna save that cheeky third of a second or so. Or not, just gonna spin Bowser 4 times or so. Wanting to make sure he lands that first hit.
Yeah, DonB performing quite well, actually. I mean, when you have a coach like Big Simp on your side, I don't know how you could fail, but commentator tooting his own horn probably didn't really help too much. DonB, you know, putting in the work, putting in the practice. Ludwig, a heroic jump, Superman into the air, and a nice kick. Moving on down.
He does manage to land the slide skip. DonB unfortunately just could not land. Let's see if he can go 2 for 2 with that, though. And it's kind of indecisive about which star he wants to go for.
That might come back to haunt him, getting that star instead. I mean, if he doesn't complete the slide in under 21 seconds, it could be difficult. But DonB now, this is the spicy stuff of 70 star. Takes a while to get it down.
Oh, and then gets bopped by the wall there. Whenever you have to do that kick to grab the cap, a lot of bad things can happen. Oh, boy.
Oh!
Take it. He just needs to go around at this point.
Okay, we're flying. DonB soaring around. Sky jump is a difficult start, but you got to get up there to get it started. And there we go. Oh no.
Right.
The
His
camera.
camera's stuck. Oh boy.
Ludwig with another slide skip. Here we go. Okay.
Got the speed, I think.
Nah.
The ascent just not quite good enough.
All right, now what is the backup? I don't know if we talked about a backup. Maybe we did. Okay, flying over. Now his wing cap might run out soon.
I think he grabbed another one, so I think he's fine.
Okay. All right, this is a pretty tough side flip wall kick. So he's sliding around. Ludwig going low. Does get 1 coin. Okay. Can he find the angle? That looked like the angle, but unable to get the wall kick, and we are slippery boys. Ludwig acquiring coins.
And there we go, DonB getting into position.
No!
And the cap runs out. You can see the look of shock on his face. I think the wing cap gives you like a minute or 90 seconds even or something. So that's a tough loss right there.
Yeah. Oh, and the bonks are real. Ludwig wrapping up the wing cap star. Now he can actually save some good time here on DonB. But I'm curious to see what Ludwig plans to do. I'm sure he doesn't have the sky jump down, but if he just goes straight for the safe strat that we saw DonB doing, save some really good time. Camera not playing nice. That is not enough speed. And we are speeding over once again. Backing it up. The race of the millennium. Yeah, this is a starting point.
Can Ludwig hit a Shig cycle and suddenly take it all home?
This is their very first race. Hopefully, as it goes on, the players get to play a little bit more, and we can kind of see the evolution, see what happens when you toss some Smash players into the speedrunning arena, give them a little bit of coaching. How do they fare? I ain't talking about fair like a forward air. Haha, yeah. Commentator hilarious on the mic, just killing it out here. Ludwig doing his thing. Oh, that Gooma's upset! Oh my
okay,
goodness.
I thought that was it for a sec. He was dangerously close to just the true level 5 block. Playing it pretty well safe. No idea what sort of cycle he's even coming up to at this point. He's gonna have to react to where these platforms are. He's gonna go for the very safe strats here. Making the same mistake a lot of newer runners make, thinking they have to long jump from the gray platform instead of just long jumping from the cheese block. Not quite sure what's going on there. Meanwhile, DonB with the interesting Mario cam, not quite getting the camera alignment for 100 coin that he wanted.
Ludwig wrapping it up. Oh my goodness, almost dropping it there, landing a nice Ludwig cycle, and DonB scooting around. Cool mountain. Now, this is an opportunity here for Ludwig to make up some great... Oh my goodness, he almost dived over the star.
Yeah, not sure why he went for that dive. Didn't really save too much time. DonB, meanwhile, I'm not exactly sure why he's going for this star now. He must be just planning on doing the HMC early route, because I don't see him doing a double plus.
Yeah, that is what we agreed on. Oh! That's okay. He can miss 1 coin, but he's got to get these ones. Not bad at all.
And he's only missed 2 on the. Okay, 3 on the slide so far. He's doing pretty well though.
This is going to be Ludwig's PB, assuming that he wraps it up. There is a match at 4 p.m. In about an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. But DonB definitely has an advantage, has definitely put in more hours than Ludwig. But we'll see if Ludwig can come back over the next week. There is a weekly race for the next couple of weeks, a little bit of a challenge to see how it goes, who can come out on top.
Now, Ludwig already managing to make some progress. Let's see if he losing too much speed, just the alignment not quite good. But if he lands this safe strat, he's pretty well got it. I don't exactly know why he was going for the backup there. Even if Mario would have taken flight, I don't think he could have gotten enough height. I'm very confused as to why he keeps approaching it like this.
Not quite. And the camera is not helping at all here. What is the play?
He's just going to go for the original strat again. Okay.
Here we go. The confidence. It's palpable.
And it's not going to play out, unfortunately. Wait, he's using the speed for the backup. Okay.
Nice.
Big brain plays right here.
But what is the play from here? Where are we going? Ludwig taking us on a journey around the mountain, but I think his wing cap is about to say goodbye.
Yep. Now, I think there's a cap somewhere nearby here. I honestly don't, that might have just been like my randomizer. Oh boy, no.
Yes.
No, don't do it.
Yes. No. Ludwig looking around for a wing cap, but he is going to have to go back to the beginning. There's, I believe, 2 wing cap boxes, one over here, and I believe there's also one over by the poles. Ludwig searching around. Unfortunately, you cannot talk to this man and have him open a cannon yet. You do need to take out the big bomb on top of the mountain, so a little bit floundering out here. Ludwig searching for some air. Oh, but he is inhaling a lot of sauce. That is...
Oh, boy. Now we're probably gonna no DonB special here. He's got the setup again. Nice little camera for him. Okay, I think. Oh, he just held up way too long. But,
oh,
so close.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, if does he not know the side flip there? That's
no. He does not. That is. I mean, it's honestly a pretty tough side flip to get, but here we go. The wing cap should last him long enough to be able to make it over to the island for the star. And there he goes, making it out alive. He's got the star. But DonB's cooking it up in Big Boo's haunt. Oh, okay, hold on.
Getting cooked up by the Boo, landing just before the dive hits his hitbox.
Ejected from the arena.
But now with the re-entry, gonna be going after King Boo himself. No lag reduction here. Nice side flip though. It'd be pretty difficult to time that side flip to get that wall kick. A nice safety kick, nearly going in the right-hand door. Let's see. Oh! He's saving it.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, Boo's in kind of a weird spot. Let's see. Okay, he should be able to make it up to Mario.
All right, Ludwig searching for answers. The Boo is up, ready for action. And grabbing a bonus red.
He's got himself a nice little alignment here.
Oh, the slope is steep, though. Wants to get up there. You know what? Oh, almost grabbing the penguin. Nice avoidance. And we'll see how the slide goes for Mr. Wig. These coins can be a little bit tricky to get. As long as he can get most of them, he should be.
And he lands the jump. He has missed nothing so far. Well, 2 coins now, apparently. He's still in pretty great shape, while DonB... Ludwig just soaring off the slide.
The 100 coins proving to be quite difficult here. Ludwig taking another death, but DonB searching around, trying to get this bunny, but he is covered in butter, and it's quite difficult, believe it or not, to grab a bunny that's covered in butter. Moving along.
It just doesn't work. Oh, okay. Oh! All he needs to do is stop, Mario Cam no see down, and just dive forward in one of those corners. Like there's two spots where the grab is basically free, and it's just right now the bunny is having a free for all. See, I don't know why he keeps going for that side flip into the dive there.
He's got him though. This is actually a good opportunity for Ludwig to make up some time. However, that death on the 100 coin set him back a fair amount. So all in all, it probably balanced itself out, and he's just going to need to pick up nips quite quickly. But here we are once again on the slide from Ludwig. What does he have?
Now, I wonder if Ludwig just isn't super confident with the slide controls, because they are a little bit weird to get used to. You do want to like hold full left and right at some points instead of just like holding up left and up right, which can be a common mistake. But
he figures it out though, very nice.
Meanwhile, a pretty clean talent from DonB.
Okay, can he get the ground pound before he grabs the tree? Oh, close. All right. The star is a cheeky devil. And there it is.
DonB with the pretty decent shining atop, losing a lot of his speed. Overall, pretty clean getaway there. Now let's see, shell strats, I'm sure is what we're going to be looking at here. Yep. Only loses about, I think, like 12 seconds if done optimally compared to a standard plus.
Yeah, kind of surprised he didn't go for the pillarless there as well, Tabby Storm. I'm not really sure, but he does get the shell. Obviously, pillarless not worth the time. I mean, 12-second save, you can find much more like from grinding something like Sky Jump or whatever it might be. There's bigger fish to fry, as they say, but a nice shell full.
All right. So DonB moving on out of SSL, going over to the Lethal Lava Land. Ludwig, meanwhile, going to be going for this more advanced wall kicks will work strat, and they dangerously close to the level 5 there. That was nearly perfect. Not exactly sure what happened.
That was probably the most impressive thing that I have seen from Ludwig. Other than the bomb clip, lack to skip combo was pretty nice as well. But not too shabby at all. The man is moving along. Catching up a bit here on DonB. He's got to be scared. He's on his tail. The 7-star deficit, you know, it might deceive you, but Ludwig is a man who's got some secret powers.
Yep. Now, DonB moving in for red hot log rolling. Oh, doesn't quite land the triple. Looked like it should have been good. Not exactly sure what happened there. Ludwig having a little bit of trouble with the side flip there. Thought I saw the wing cap blinking for a sec. I was getting a bit nervous.
All right, Ludwig approaching the big boo up here. There is beef to be settled with this man. Backflip ground pound, okay. Now it is a little bit strange getting used to the mechanics from the big boo, but it looks like he's gonna take him out nice and slowly here on the platform before going up. Not a bad kill. Actually might be saving some time over DonB. Big star, the big boo up here. Okay, some kicks. Okay. A little sweaty up there though. DonB assassinating the big bully with finesse. Precision.
Oh, needs to make sure these stairs go okay. Okay.
You can see the look in DonB's face. A little bit nervous there, but he does figure it out.
Yeah, the nerves in this run are truly something real. Like it just, especially as a newer runner, just everything is nerve-wracking. We've got the backflip there. But now advancing over towards some bullies that need dispatching. Oh,
Okay.
just cannot seem to land these ledge grabs. Not sure exactly what's happening to him. Gotta play it real safe. Wait a little bit on this platform.
Oh, chucking in a punch. Taking care of business, but a little bop here. The bullies doing their thing that they do so well. That's 2. The frantic combo from DonB.
He's got some coins to show for it. He's just gonna wait for this last bully to move into position. Doesn't seem to believe in ground pounds for whatever reason.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to do the side flip ground pound, but I guess he's wasn't into it. I mean, it's sort of like if you have a math professor who just knows way too much about math and they're trying to teach you like, oh yeah, so this is math, it's easy. It's like when I'm trying to coach DonB and be like, oh yeah, you just got to side flip ground pound. It's a lot harder when you haven't put thousands of hours into the game, believe it or not.
Yep, that's certainly true. The curse of experience, as some people call it. It can be kind of daunting sometimes. DonB not even opting for any form of lava boost. Just gonna move his way up as if he were finishing up 100 coin.
Yeah, don't blame him on that one. Ludwig going for the top of the pyramid here. Probably. Oh! Booty sliding almost into the quicksand, but narrowly avoids death.
Oh, he's gonna take this ending super safe. Oh!
Oh!
Oh boy. The deep breath sigh of frustration there.
Big fall. Ludwig doing work. He's got his strats. Here it is. Oh, the fly guy not playing nice, though. You do have to be careful. You can't be going up the left side of the pillar there, but what is the play now? Huge pound.
DonB taking some time to align his angle here. Barely manages to nick the corner of the upper platform. We've got Ludwig just kind of waiting for Talon. This flight takes so long, and this whole time you're just stewing over the fly guy. I'm gonna pull out some breakdancing moves. And miss Talon, but manages to get the kick on the second go-around. DonB now with an elevator tour.
The pillar grasping onto Ludwig. Just going with the flow, gets the star going. And DonB making some pretty decent plays here in Lethal Lava Land. You know, nothing too shabby at all.
Yeah, DonB doesn't really seem to be believing in his skills at touch. And so just going for a standard bit of movement up towards elevator tour rather than trying to do some kind of fancy triple jump off the elevator.
That's right, Fetus. Oh, no!
Ludwig getting slammed as he's trying to finish off the shell movement, just not jumping off the tower for some reason.
Yeah, there is a wall there. It's kind of hard to see, so understandably so hitting that. But Ludwig has shown that he's able to learn on the fly. We did see on his third attempt of Womps 100 picking up strats as he was going. Like to getting caught under the roof there.
So Ludwig, attempt number 2 at the shell movement. I don't know why he's waiting until he's on the ground to jump. I mean, I think jumping off the tower does kind of do some stuff to your momentum, but I don't know exactly what this strat really is. I think he might need to go back and review the actual shell video a few times. Going for some super safe movement up the pyramid here. Not opting to take the shell with him for whatever reason. DonB, beautiful elevator clip there.
I coached DonB, just Fetus. All right, Ludwig in Lethal Lava Land. Now, I think this might be the last 70-star stage that he has any sort of familiarity with. I tuned in when Cheese was coaching him, and this was the last stage that I saw them working on. So I think after this, he's going to be flying solo, no training wheels. But a nice big goalie.
Now, keeping with that topic, what about DonB? I mean, you personally coached him. How is his tippy and upstairs looking?
I told him that if there's anything that he should practice, it's probably going to be tippy. We'll need a significant amount of practice over other things, just because not only is it at the end of the run, so you might be a little bit more nervous, but it's just way easier to die in those stages, especially if you aren't comfortable running around. And I believe I've had maybe four or five sessions with DonB, and Cheese has had one with Ludwig because of the, as has been mentioned in chat, Ludwig was in Europe for 10 days. So there's a bit of a disconnect here, but as the week goes on, we will get everything rebalanced. But this is just sort of a starting point for the DonB Ludwig SSB speedrunning crossover action.
It'll be interesting to see how these guys handle upstairs, because I can attest from experience. Ludwig dying on the way to the bullies, trying to rely on that platform being somewhere it just wasn't.
Okay, quick break dance and a backflip. The style points overflowing on DonB's side.
But my first 70 run was without a whole lot of upstairs practice. It was mainly I'd practice basement and lobby, and it really showed in tippy. At a point, I just said screw this and just picked up 3 stars in JRB, because I just wasn't doing TTC 100. It just wasn't happening. So I'm certainly curious to see how things are going to go for these guys. You know, may not have the luxury of having had days to practice those individual stars in those stages. They take a lot of grinding before they get anywhere near consistent, even trying to do fairly basic strats. Ludwig just burning himself all over the place. He must not be going for lava boost, because there's nothing he could do here other than take the path up with that low of health.
Well, he's got the coins, but yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing a lava boost. We didn't see one from DonB. I certainly wouldn't expect one from Ludwig, although that would be epic. And DonB all wrapped up in the basement. This man is chugging along, might be on PB pace. We'll see. I mean, almost certainly on PB pace. Has had some slip ups here and there, but depending on how upstairs goes, it could be in the near future.
It's kind of interesting seeing the ending that both of them went for with Hot Footed, because you can actually, if you have to take that whole pathway up with those 5 coins right before the poles, it's pretty easy to line yourself up for a triple to actually make it onto the 3rd pole, which honestly to me makes the ending easier as well as much faster. Oh, the ground pound just a little bit late on the Z press, and that's another death for Ludwig here. As you can see, his life counter's really hurting, and you want to have a lot of lives going into Tippy, because, I mean, deaths at this level are almost guaranteed. And I've actually had to run dive before solely because I save and quit at one point and lost all of my lives. And so I didn't have that many going into Tippy, and it just, when you're in that sort of position, it's a very, very precarious.
Oh, goodness,
Ludwig
getting over to these bullies.
Grab.
It's very tough to get over there. You gotta line up the long jump. Oh, DonB barely missing the chest.
He's gonna back way up. That's really smart. Trying to just go right in for the regrab is almost certainly gonna cause a fail. And yet, still not quite making it. This chest is infuriating.
You actually can just get sucked in by the tornado, and I don't think even, you might need to be facing it, but you don't actually need to have any momentum. If you are getting moved by the tornado, that is enough momentum to open up a chest.
It's hard to feel that though, because I can attest, like, for me, it almost feels impossible for the chest to open without a swim into the chest. So I guess it's just like, it really is fairly angle dependent. And plus, like, the vortex tends to pull you away from the chest pretty quickly once you actually make contact with the front, so who knows? It might be you have to be pulled by the vortex for some amount of time to get enough speed to open. got Ludwig also just kind of waiting around for this elevator platform here.
Oh,
DonB
God.
going to be going for rear sub, which, despite what many runners might make it look like, this is a little bit finicky at times.
Oh!
Ludwig a little too early with the dive.
Yeah, reaching for the more, it's definitely a more difficult strat, going for the jump dive, but does not make it happen. Fortunately, you do spawn back in the volcano, but this man has 2 lives.
With how many times he's already died in LOL, it is not looking too great for his life counter.
But again, he's been learning on the job, as they say, and doing a pretty good job, I must say. Let's see what the plan is now. Goes for it again, and up there.
Very nice. And DonB gonna be having some issues with the Manta Ray. If there were one character that I could bring to life and just make feel all the pain it has caused me, it would be the Manta. I can't even begin to try to understand. Look at this! He's swimming right through the rings seconds after they spawn. No hitbox. It doesn't exist. He gets bopped back into the 3rd ring. That will be his success. The thumbs up. Seems good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the classic. Happens to the best. And not surprising at all to see it here, and wouldn't be surprised if we see it from Ludwig as well. The Manta is a little bit harder than it looks. I mean, that's kind of the whole moral of the story with this game in general. You watch the top players, you're like, oh my goodness, this game doesn't look that bad, and then boom, you're swimming. You are just unable to do anything.
Yeah, that's one where you really just want to grind the intro section, because it really feels like, for some reason, the first... Oh, no.
Rip.
First death in Fire Sea, right at the start here. Let's see if he's able to get a little bit cleaner of a start this time. But it's like the first 5 rings have a better hitbox than the rest of them. I don't really understand it. So really, your best bet is just mastering that initial swimming and getting those 5 rings every single time. Going for the burn strats here. Taking a very interesting approach to this middle red. Oh, he gets the wall kick, but just not quite in the right spot to be able to get a pole grab off of it. He's gonna go ahead and take the 2nd red. Interesting stuff. Okay, he's doing this kind of older movement, looks like.
Okay, trying to find the triple jump here. We are in the room. That's looking pretty good. And the dive to boot. Now, okay, no button switch. Does he know the backup? Okay, looks like he's got it. Okay.
Looks like DonB is going to be able to go ahead and finish off Fire Sea.
Some suspicious footage on the right side. Ludwig cutting to hitting the button. I'm not saying anything, but I don't know. It was interesting to see. Has this whole run been perhaps, I don't know, tampered with? Commentator with some heinous claims here in the booth. I really doubt it, as what we've seen from, the past 40 minutes. But, oh my goodness, DonB, please.
Oh! Oh, no! That is minutes gone.
Okay, taking a sip of water, cooling down. Here we go. Yeah, Ludwig obviously playing live. Just pulling your chain, as they say in the industry.
Barely managing to land on the platform there. He seems to be maining that burn strat, which is kind of interesting to see. And he does the wall kick, gets the early pole grab, and then just doesn't do anything with it. I don't quite understand. This must be some kind of more homebrewed movement we're seeing on his Fire Sea. Which, I mean, I applaud him. It's a pretty creative route overall. But certainly nowhere near optimal, and still with its difficulties. So kind of interested to see where exactly this route came from.
Yeah, it's just kind of, you figure out ways to do things, because the thing about Fire Sea is the movement is pretty difficult, and if you don't have an opportunity to really grind it out, you sort of got to build a bear up your own way of doing things. And right now, DonB getting bullied very hard.
Yeah, that bully up there on the island, you pretty much have to just make it up there with a dive and either hope you dive over him or at least knock him back far enough that you can do something while he's kind of stunned.
Okay, Ludwig searching for the hole. He has found it. Target located. And he's up there.
Finally making his way on through. Grab this toxic maze star. Now, DonB was trying to go for the quote-unquote bad ending here, but managed to get the ledge grab a little bit too close to the moving platforms. He's going to be trying to land himself on the spire here. Okay. Looks like he was trying for a front flip, just wasn't quite coming out.
Okay.
Oh, the side flip, just... Any runner, especially newer one, just... Whenever you're trying to get a side flip in such a small distance, it's nothing short of infuriating when it just isn't happening. When Mario just keeps turning around and not actually side flipping. It can be really hard as a new runner to gauge the exact distance that you need to be able to build up that side flip speed from a full stop.
DonB managing to find it in here. Let's see how the throw goes. This grab can be a little bit finicky.
He's opting for that better camera angle to see exactly what he's doing to Bowser. Manages to get the throw first try. 2 for 2 on DonB's side. Pretty impressive Bowsers so far. And you're absolutely right. Like, on one hand, like, the stage should be easier because it's the one time that Bowser will line you up for the grab before he even starts moving, but sometimes you'll punch and you'll see Mario's hand connect with his tail and nothing happens. It just doesn't make sense sometimes.
Ludwig with some beautiful chess, saving some great time over DonB. Actually not doing too shabby here, and in Fire Sea could save some really good time if he does not die, but it's a saucy place, as you can see. It's literally just sauce all over the level, so I don't know. It might happen. We will have to see, but DonB in the wet, dry world, and it's looking like it's going to be more dry on this particular occasion. Going for 100 plus secrets.
Very interesting starting camera angle here. I guess he's just practiced this kind of backwards, if you will. Just a little bit too steep angled of a dive. He's going to be chugging right along. Let's see how he handles this Skeeter over here. Nice little pre-kill. Oh, Ludwig is going to have some serious trouble here with rear sub, I think. Manages to kick his way up, though, after initially failing to get on top of that fin.
That's like a commentator's blessing right there. Commentator not really believing in Ludwig's abilities, but he manages to figure it out quite quickly, I must add.
I guess that's the strat. We need to say that the runners aren't going to make anything, and their runs will just be perfect from now on. Like, for instance, I don't think DonB is going to be able to make this, the double side flip strat on the staircase here. He's already a bit shaken up from the amp. I'm just not seeing it. He gets the first one.
Oh, the rings.
Okay, commentator's blessing doesn't follow the same rules. I'm not even going to try to understand this supernatural occurrence.
All right. Can Ludwig get it? Oh, the rings, man. They're just so deceptive.
There was already another ring spawned in front of it. And you can't look at that and tell me that the rings work. You just can't. You can't explain that.
Oh, he's got 4. He's got to get down. Oh!
The 5th ring also, I don't understand. What sadist made the rings here? Like, that always happens with the 5th one. It's like the 5th one is on a global timer starting from when you hit the first ring or something. Like, the whole thing is just made as some kind of masochistic joke. It's horrible.
Co-commentator going off about the rings. Might need to see a therapist or some sort of psychiatrist. Might have some traumatic experiences in the past with these manta rings.
I mean, even they couldn't help me. They told me I shouldn't worry so much about a virtual character, and it just, like, it's not the manta that's the problem. It's what he represents.
Okay.
Narrowly avoiding the vortex. He is finally in there, though.
Electric tilting in the booth.
Look, all I can say is I've had too many times where what happened to Ludwig has happened to me, or what happened to me to DonB has happened to me. Like, it just that Manta is one of the biggest banes of my existence in this game.
Yeah, that's some secondhand tilt right there that I can definitely understand. Okay, huge ground pound from DonB coming down from above. The box stood no chance. Oh!
Yeah, Ludwig's taking his first death in Fire Sea as well. Only at 2 lives compared to DonB's 12. Granted, DonB has had one more 100 coin, but that just goes to show how unfortunate Ludwig has been throughout this whole run, especially in places like LLL and then Womps 100 of all places.
Okay, we are in the water. DonB swimming around, wanting to hit the switch. Must have accidentally went into medium water. And actually, something that you don't really notice if you don't play the game, but it is very specific how low you have to enter the painting for it to be low water.
Yeah, like, you have to do pretty much the shortest single jump you can, and even mid-water can be a little bit tough to get used to sometimes. Just because, like, it almost feels like the range for high water is bigger than the other two for some reason. And it's no matter what sort of jump you do, whether it's that standard short jump or a long jump to get into low water, like it can be inconsistent at times. Now it's interesting to see him go to change the water for top of the town because the more common strat actually requires mid-town. So
yeah, I'm not exactly sure what went on there, but he did get the star. He is chugging along here in Wet Dry World.
Let's see if Lud is able to make this cycle real quick in Fire Sea. He's got the time for it.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Still on pace to beat what we saw from DonB, actually, in Fire Sea. And he's got the 7th red. It's looking good.
He's going for a pretty interesting camera angle for the bad ending here. But it looks he's going to make it work. Okay.
Nice. All right, now got to be careful here at the end. What is the strat? He's burning his hiney. Oh!
Oh, the star spawned and yet no grab. 2 deaths from Ludwig. Both of them dying at the very intro of the stage and then now at the very end of the stage.
Yeah, that is rough. That was his opportunity to save some good time, but now sitting in the same position as DonB. Another death.
Yet another death. It just does not end for Ludwig. As DonB enters the unequivocally worst stage in the game, THI. Only 3 stars here, but okay, he's actually going for the more pro secrets movement here. Must have some practice on that ending long jump.
Yeah, I'm interested to see him actually doing this. Because I remember when we were going over the star, I was like, yeah, you should probably just stick with the easier stars. It's pretty free, but I mean, this strat isn't too bad either, and he's not doing a bad job at all, but not going to bother with the long jump clip.
Beautiful side flip to get up there. I've tried that numerous times. I've never been able to get it to work, so mad props to him for that.
All right, Ludwig skipping the reds. Where is he going to pick up an extra star? I'm not sure. But we'll find out. I mean, there are plenty of extra stars to pick up, and they won't be too much. It might be a more economically smart decision to go for a star in another stage than to try to do the reds with Fire Sea. I mean, yes, there's a route. Yes, it's technically the fastest, quote-unquote, stars, but that is assuming that you've got the strats. DonB desperately trying to clip up here, but getting harassed by the flame spitter. You hate to see it.
I mean, honestly, if I were in Ludwig's position, I'd halfway be considering making a JRB visit. Just because, like looking at his life counter, Tippy is going to be exceptionally scary. I mean, if he could have the assurance to not have to deal with TTC 100, that would be a huge little advantage in his pocket. Just from one of probably the most risky things he'd have to go for, just completely being out of his way.
Okay, and Ludwig going all the way up the stairs. No save and quit or quitting out for this man. Honestly, not that much slower, I guess, but he's up there joining DonB upstairs. We'll see how Wet Dry World goes. I'm not sure if this man has stepped foot in Wet Dry World. So we're gonna see what he's got cooking in his pan.
Yeah, and DonB apparently not quite realizing how exactly this side flip ledge grab works. You want to be heading towards effectively where he's positioned, like to the left. You pretty much want to be like exactly parallel with that wall and do the side flip back towards the starting area. And that pretty much ensures you'll get it every time.
Wait, what's going on with my mic? Do I sound like I'm in a box? Commentator getting exposed is actually living outside in a box. Was hoping he could keep it under wraps, but yes, it is my situation. No sound, no, I don't know what you call it, acoustic pieces. Get some better acoustics going. It's a little bit reverby in this room.
I mean, you found a pretty decent location for your box. I mean, I'm not hearing any freeway noises. I'm not hearing like any loud chatter or anything. I mean, you really must be off the grid with this box.
Yeah, we're big chillin'. It's pretty cozy actually. I got a nice little pillow. I have a coffee maker as well.
Very nice box setup. And DonB does finally manage to get his way up to the top of the mountain without that side flip ledge clip right there.
It's a brown box, Amazon. Ludwig, biggest triple jump that we've seen this year.
Let's hope he's able to make it up the staircase in time. Having some issues. Needs it. Oh no.
Okay. Okay. Still manages to get all 10 coins. RNG treated him pretty nicely.
DonB manages to get that side flip ledge grab second try. Not bad at all. Pretty good angle actually for his triple jump.
Whoa, where are we going? I hope he doesn't break that. I thought he was going to break that box and just get the star in the box.
Same here. I very interesting movement to get to this platform here.
But he gets it figured out. 100 plus secrets. DonB going to blast off to the Lonely Shroom. He's got the strats. Lining up Mario. Checking the pixels and checking them twice.
Yeah, and he certainly knows his stuff there. When you have your angle set like that, the jump will not change your angle, so definitely knows a little bit about how exactly to move Mario. Ludwig making absolutely certain he gets low down. I'm going for some interesting movement to the warp point here.
Yeah, finding his way around. He does manage to do so nicely. DonB getting that breeze full. Not too shabby.
Yeah, unfortunate that we don't see a breezeless. Such an easy strat. It's the first thing any beginner should learn.
True.
Definitely seems to have mastered these mountain clips, which is very nice to see.
Okay, we are on a fly guy. We are flying and nicely landing on the log.
And Ludwig now going for his elevator star here. Let's see how this ends up. This one can be a pretty difficult one, especially if you go for these wall kicks. I feel like he's just gonna, yeah, he's waiting it out. I really don't blame him. Setting the wall kick angle can be difficult, and you really only have a couple of shots before the elevator platform starts rising, and then you're just fighting just to get on top of the thing.
Yeah, DonB's on N64. That is correct. Yep, Ludwig is on emulator.
Yeah, interesting movement from DonB.
Oh, we got a lot of water. This might be the strat, actually. Hold on. Oh,
DonB!
taking a spill.
Just taking a little bit too early. And that's a really prime example of like when you play things safe, sometimes it makes things more dangerous. Like it seems counterintuitive, but when you have like the real strats, you know, like making long jumps and dives across those rooms, and you do have just a little bit of practice on them, it's a lot harder to take a death. It's easy to get slowed down by various things, but playing things safe like this can lead to some unfortunate deaths like that. Not even trusting himself to do a long jump or a quick dive off that last room. Let's see how his maze movement goes here.
Okay.
Okay. And he's finally made his way up there. Final red.
He is up there. DonB is making it happen. Oh my goodness, almost falling off the mushroom.
Now, Ludwig, interestingly, entering Snowman's Land. Not quite sure what's up with that. Commentator alone in the limbo booth. It looks like we have gameplay again. Not sure if he's live, but gonna assume that he is, as Ludwig. Sorry about that disconnect, folks. We are back with gameplay on commentator's side and all. Both players in Snowman's Land, although Ludwig, unfortunately, with a pretty significant star deficit, trying desperately to make his way up to Snowman's big head for this backup, not quite getting the roll from the freezing pond. As DonB can be collecting some SL Reds to complement that HMC early route. Ludwig having some serious issues with the slope. He's finally able to make his way up just fine, though. Oh, not quite getting the wall kick there. That's another thing that's very difficult for beginners is properly timing wall kicks. Unlike the later Mario 3D games, wall kicks are distinctly kicks here. You're not sliding on the wall whatsoever. You got 5 frames from Mario making contact with the wall to actually get that kick in. And so, especially when you're doing a relatively blind wall kick, it's really just all about grinding the star and learning the timing for each wall kick. Another really great instance of that is wall kicks will work in CCM. Trying to practice like a backup for that or like the beginner strat can be very difficult for new players. And it seems that Ludwig is just having issues getting the proper height to actually make a wall kick even happen. He's not even bonking on that upper ledge, so he's not even getting the opportunity on these last couple of attempts. See, I don't quite understand what he's doing wrong. I think he's just not getting enough distance from the wall whenever he's doing it. It can be a little bit weird timing exactly where you should side flip from to get a proper wall kick. He's just going to go ahead and go with the star that he started with. We've gone full circle. Nope, we have not gone for full circle here. Ludwig has gone from attempting whirl from the freezing pond to a top big snowman's head to now finally the red coins. We're seeing it all with this one star here, folks. Triple feature. You don't even get this at most movie theaters. I don't know of any movie. He forgot this red. I saw it from the corner of my eye, and I thought that must have been a different coin. There's no way that was in the route, but apparently it is. As we've now got DonB also attempting to do something with this star here. Not sure what exactly he's about to go for. He's just gonna take the death. He must have already grabbed all the stars in this stage. A little bit confusing for comms since we didn't see about a minute of gameplay. No, he's still got one left. He just didn't. I guess he just wanted to start over from the very beginning. He's gonna get himself in position to do a nice triple jump onto the slope, trying to dive over the fence, not quite getting the movement just right. Meanwhile, Ludwig trying desperately to get back on top of the stone platform. No dive! Oh! This just kind of goes to, like, you have to spend a lot of time with the game to understand these little mechanics like this. Like, any jump and an attempt to kick from an upward-facing slope like that will always dive, no matter if you have absolutely no speed. He needs to be able to make his way onto the actual, like, flattened platform before he's able to actually start doing kicks. It's just failing to buffer kicks there, I think, was his problem. Gonna have to go for Snowman's big head yet again as DonB finally gets up there, but then slides right back off from a very, very narrow platform here.
Right back up there, though, and Ludwig now attempting. Doing it. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Almost just... Oh, my goodness. He's playing the game.
Okay, finally managing to get a side flip going in the right direction here. Oh, he already does have the box star? Okay, I kind of confused as to what exactly he was doing there, but that's my bad. I think that must have happened whenever we got disconnected from the video feed. So thanks for pointing that out. But we now have DonB finally in Tippy. Place your bets now. I'm going to go ahead and say DonB is going to take 5 deaths in Tippy.
5 deaths in Tippy. I believe in him. I think he's going to do it flawlessly. No deaths. It's going to be gorgeous, and he's going to land himself a fat PB.
Already.
Okay. Look at this man
go right here. Look at that was beautiful. He deserves that fizz shake right there. That was beautifully executed. Even though nothing in that star is technically too demanding, messing up anything completely ruins the setup, and you have to go all the way around in the pretty much casual route.
I don't know if
for making that work.
I'm not sure if I support the ground pound into the hole, but man, not drifting far enough right there, giving the thumbs down. Not as happy about that one, but this man's got plenty of lives to spare, and he's got a decent lead here over Lud. So we're pretty comfy here. Grab your blanket, grab your cocoa.
And some kind of interesting movement going for the triple jump there. You typically see people using a straight-on aligned jump and then start moving to the right, but not for DonB. No, he's moving to the right straight from the start. Meanwhile, Ludwig. Very, very interesting movement here. Not exactly sure what he's doing.
I think he might be wanting to use the fly guy. Okay, what's the play here? All right, very careful long jump, and we are taking a tour around. Another fall on DonB's side. Approaching the 5 deaths, you know, I want to re-wager and say 4.
I could certainly see it. I mean, as optimistic as we want to be, TTC is going to do what it does best. It is going to TikTok these players, and you know, I think DonB is in a good position here. You know, I could definitely see him taking only 2 or 3 deaths in TTC, and unfortunately, though, he still has not done Cruiser Crossing, which is probably going to be the hardest thing for him. If I had to guess, he's not going to be doing I really don't see a Lakitu bounce. And the quote-unquote beginner movement is still pretty challenging, so I'll be really interested to see exactly how this ends up going. Meanwhile, Lud just does not seem to like Mountain Clip for some reason. And this is really, I think, a textbook example of just kind of homebrewing your movement on the fly. It does not have the experience with these areas.
Yeah, I was not expecting a mountain clip at all from Ludwig. I'm not sure if he's ever seen the mountain clip actually, but he's doing his own thing and it's working out for him, making waves here on the mountain. And now DonB. Oh, we're sliding. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, needs to get. Okay, he's got the jump dive now. Now DonB in kind of a precarious position here. Does manage to finally get this long jump to work. Now let's see what type of ending movement he goes for. He's just gonna go for kind of your Lakitu bounce type ending. Or is he? Okay, he is. He is.
Oh! Lakitu bringing him down with him as his last laugh as DonB takes him out.
And this is what I really don't like about this beginner movement. You fail anything about it, massive time loss from having to make your way back up here.
Yeah, I personally find this strat to be harder than the... Oh my goodness! Glitchy bonk, and DonB is not happy about that one, understandably so. Rainbow Ride doing its thing that it does so very well.
Mario deserved better, honestly. Now, Ludwig making his way up to the top of the mountain again for the monkey. I guess he's doing this to replace the Fire Sea Star. Manages to get very lucky with that grab. Most of the time, whenever you do a straight punch at the monkey like that, he'll just jump right over you. Although it is a lot easier to grab him by turning around whenever he does that to you. But interesting to see that worked there. Before I knew about how to properly grab the monkey, the strat I'd employ is kind of like pushing him into the corner, but staying decently far away, and then punching from afar, and for whatever reason, that doesn't really seem to trigger the same movement box that actually running up to him and diving into him does. Certainly takes a while, but when you're a beginner, you do what you have to, especially in a category like randomizer. Okay, DonB almost making his way up to the proper spot.
The strats, they are real. Okay, here we go.
And this movement right here, okay, he knows what he's doing with that ledge grab.
Boom.
Perfect. Just
nice.
Beautiful. And he's got probably the hardest star in Rainbow Ride under his belt now. Only 3 deaths. Not too shabby, honestly. Like, I mean, for guys at these guys' level, I'd be shocked if you could actually do Tippy without putting your life counter in at least some danger.
Yeah, it can get very scary very fast.
Especially in a stage like TTC.
Ludwig's looking pretty good. He has gotten a fair amount of lifespan. And Thero coming in hot with the resub for 9 months. Welcome back. Thank you very much for the resub, Thero. Oh, and Ludwig, rest in peace.
Oh boy.
I almost saw DonB do that.
DonB gonna be trying for this triple jump wall kick here. Does manage to make it work. Interesting to point out, Thero continuing his subscription for 9 months, which...
No! Oh, never mind. Okay, yes.
Okay, not quite dying. It's good. He needs to just make his way. Needs the ledge grab. Come on. Almost got it.
Oh, no. Another one on Ludwig's side. DonB wants it bad, but Mario not cooperating.
Ludwig hasn't even reached Tippy yet, and already he's pretty well exhausting his life counter. And so now, DonB again with the time stop. Ludwig missing this coin. Gonna go ahead and do a little bit of fancy backup movement. DonB showing off the kind of most beginner movement that you can in TTC, but with how just heinous this stage is, and I really don't blame him whatsoever. Any movement above this is extremely difficult. Like for any level, it requires a ton of practice, more so than really any other stage, just to ensure that you won't die. Not even to really do everything well, but just to make sure you're not getting 11-minute TTCs in your run.
It's a tough one.
He does manage to roll into the cage here.
The man is moving. Ludwig having a very nice conversation now with the Toad, and he's going to be joining DonB in Tippy soon as well. Still has to work through Tiny Huge Island, but we'll see how that goes. So far, so good, though. He has been getting his stars. Oh! All right, we're searching around. Okay. And we're back in Snowman's Land. Round 2. Wrong door. Okay.
I find it so strange how hard it is to remember which door is which. I think it's this archway right here at the beginning of the THI room makes you think THI archway, and so you think the arch door is THI, but it's not. Like, I've had the same problem for a while. Like, I've just recently finally been able to tell, like, exactly how upstairs is laid out. It's weird how disorienting it can be. DonB is working his way really confidently through TTC, though.
Oh, no. Ludwig, stop timer. A 1:11:56, not bad for the 55-star speed run. Especially for its first run as well. Not a bad job at all, but DonB deciding to go for the full 70 stars. A true hero, if you will. 66 stars in his belt. 4 more to go, and he will be all wrapped up.
Now, one of those, or 2 of those 4 more accurately, is TTC 100. Gonna have to wait around a while. Stop and clock for every star. Kind of a smart... Oh, boy. That's not stopped clock.
Yes, this is slow clock.
He's gonna have to commit to get a hand here. That's really all he... Or, is time jump still on the table? I think it is. He's really playing it safe here. I mean, this really is the strat, though. If you're not confident in this stage, you can lose a boatload of time to just dying repeatedly.
Oh, I don't know about this one. Oh, I don't know about that one.
This is gonna be weird. I forgot that that platform was moving. I don't know exactly how low it goes. He might be able to reach it with a side flip wall kick, but I think it's unlikely. He's pretty much just gonna have to go right. Okay.
Yeah, it's not worth it. If you get a slow moving clock, you can't really go for that triple jump wall kick. Like, if it's ever moving, it's not reliable. It's hard to time it.
And of course, fast moving now. He stopped the clock for everything he didn't need to, and
okay,
just gonna take the death. That is the 5 deaths. So
I gotta cough it up now.
I think that's slow clock still. I'm not sure. Yup, still slow. 6 deaths. Even the Nostradamus of commentators not quite able to predict exactly how ruthless Tippy will be. Gonna need to wait an extra... See, this also can be difficult to time, because that range to stop the clock is pretty limited.
Yeah, it is. It's actually, I was gonna say, it's kind of hard to time the jump into the clock. All right, the man is going for it.
Coin now. This, I have to say, granted, I have not learned Pillarless, but from everything else that I've learned, and even that includes Lakitu Bounce, this is the hardest star in the game, easily. It's so movement intensive, and there's so many spots where you can just lose it all so easily. And even if you don't, you can lose massive amounts of time.
Yeah, it's a lot of action packed into 1 star. Ludwig is up here, though, joining our boy in Tippy. Time for Rainbow Ride. I'm curious to see what strat he's going to opt for. Okay, big boy triple jump. Yeah, that's... Basically, you need to start moving right away to get the proper cycle. Otherwise, you're just kind of gambling on those rotating platforms being in the right position. We'll see if Ludwig opts to go for it again. DonB really struggling to get up on this piece of the map. Okay, left side.
Okay, now DonB playing it real safe here. Certainly respect that. That triple jump wall kick off the very, very edge of the wall is just super difficult. Trying for some side flips yet again. Mario's speed strikes. Nice front flip there. Kind of interesting. He never bothered to go into Mario Cam for the blue coin, so he's actually still in the optimal camera setup whenever he gets to that double jump wall. Now let's see. Able to get up here. And here's the real big boy danger zone.
Okay.
Going for the wall. Okay.
Okay.
Smart move there. Not having to worry about invis walls as long as he stands on the hand.
Ludwig actually going to be saving some massive time over DonB by just, you know, taking a little bit of a slower route, but executing. And yeah, as I'm saying that, I shouldn't have said it so early. Commentator's curse, of course. Always at play.
DonB unfortunately spawning the 100 coin star as high as possible.
He could definitely get that with a side flip, I think. Side flip ground pound, but the triple jump to be safe. It's all Gucci in the gang.
Ludwig again with cruiser crossing. Lands, unfortunately, with the bonk there. He's gonna have to just wait for the elevator to go back up. Does it? It goes back up once you leave. Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna just go for a reds as a backup. I can totally sympathize with that. Trying for kicks again, but just not able to understand how exactly the slope jumping worked.
Oh, DonB rejected immediately. Invisible wall saying goodbye. These levels are just brutal. Ludwig deciding for the reds. Here we go.
Taking it very, very cool and casually, but he's able to make his way out of there pretty fine.
Okay.
So now we've got DonB. All he needs is the time jumps. This strat is just god awful, honestly. The only thing that I found really helped it for me that he's actually kind of doing the opposite of is you want to go just far enough forward from the ledge of that bottom block that the camera starts to flip into a slightly like higher up angle. And for me, every time I get the camera in that position, it perfectly aligns for me to do the triple jump wall kick and make enough height to actually get the ledge grab.
Yeah, it's really, the most important thing here is like holding neutral or holding back. Once you start the triple jump, then you can allow Mario to get more height before he hits the wall. That's sort of the trick that, it took me a really long time to figure that out. I didn't have anybody to coach me, but I made sure to drop that bomb on DonB because I knew that that would be something that he might possibly get stuck on, and it's been treating him fairly well throughout the race. Oh, big boy bonk.
Okay,
right.
not quite falling all the way off these steps. And with that, DonB is done with TTC. Just has to talk to a little toad boy, and he is on his way over to the sky.
That is correct. Ludwig also cooking it up here. Oh, too much momentum.
Ludwig not holding up left properly, and yeah, like you said, it's way too much momentum there. You gotta have just a slight bit of time for Mario to start moving up left before he actually falls off the platform. Otherwise, that just repeatedly happened.
Yeah, DonB apparently on PB pace. Okay, I'm pretty sure he has a 129, but somebody in chat was saying 119. Okay, 127. I don't know what to believe. There's a lot of numbers in the chat, but basically the dude is playing the game and he's in the last level, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, kind of an iffy start to this final movement here. But honestly, despite it being the last Bowser stage, I guess the fact that it's without... Oh, Ludwig. Trying for that long jump just a little bit too steep. But I guess it's because there's no reds here, but for me, it's honestly the easiest Bowser stage.
He's on pace for the run of his life. Really doubt we're going to see a triple jump wall kick. Very spicy strat and not really worth it at all. Oh, okay, the save. And Ludwig figuring things out. He is trying his absolute best, breaking the box, getting a cheeky one-up. Not a bad choice at all. You definitely don't want a game over. And we are on fire. And another drop from Ludwig. This man needs 10 more stars. DonB having some fun with the bombs. Doesn't want to deal with any of that business.
Managed to get this pull grab on this try. Not going to have to go all the way around and take that very long pull up to that final layer. Now the elevator chooses to wait. Very smart decision. If he would have gone for it, that would have almost definitely been a bonk.
Okay, big long jump from Ludwig, but that angle just does not... The calculations were slightly off. Protractor definitely missing from this man's toolkit right now.
We've got DonB now in the final Bowser fight. Let's see how many throws it takes.
Okay. He is running circles around Bowser right now, but Bowser breathing some fire might burn him while he's trying to give this man a toss. Yup,
there it goes. The blue flames working their awful magic. Is able to grab Bowser before he gets too far away, and he's got a pretty easy spin here. That's the first one down. I guess that's 1.5 throws. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, throws is a huge, like, they're so much harder than they seem. And they already seem pretty hard.
It's a very narrow window to actually, like, get Bowser in line with a bomb. And especially when you're on an off-centered camera angle like what DonB's having to deal with right now, getting Bowser to go at that, like, diagonal can be even harder. Like, I've had numerous times where I'll just end up throwing Bowser straight forward, meaning to throw him a little bit to the side.
That's a game over from Ludwig, and DonB winding up. And
that's
kaboom.
it. Very nice. 4 throws. Very respectable fight.
G to the G melee DonB with a PB.
Again,
123.
Ludwig, fortunately, has been saving throughout every star, so he's not losing any star progress. There we go. Potential PB for DonB. Who knows? Some people throwing out guesses higher than this. Some people throwing out lower. We'll just have to see. And Ludwig going for the Wilco clip for no reason. He's already watched the star door opening cutscene. And with that invalidating his run, as all the forms of the BLJ are banned.
And there he is, the 60-star speed run from Ludwig in the hole, realizing probably that it is Ogre, and that is race numero uno. Now the plan is to do 4 races. The initial setup was to be a month-long thing, but we are going to be extending it a bit because Ludwig did go to visit with his family in Europe, and he didn't have a chance to practice. So he is only just now getting started. The first race of 4. We'll see how next week goes. But yeah, see if we can perhaps get DonB in for a little interview, see how he is doing. DonB joining the call.
Dads.
What up, man? Welcome. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the PB. What did you think?
I definitely didn't expect to be this far ahead. Like, I thought I'd be ahead, but like, I had so many meltdowns. Like Bowser 2, I literally did Bowser 2 like 2.5 times.
Yeah.
Well,
hey, you see my swinging in the
ended up trying it. Ludwig ended up having to try it, I think, like 3 times, and ended up not even being able to get the red coin star. So it pretty much seemed like wherever you were losing time, Ludwig was just giving it right back.
Yeah. I don't think he's practiced too much. But my swinging in the breeze star, I was happy to get that because I like that strat, and it's probably like one of the few intermediate things I do.
Yeah, that was pretty hot.
Yeah, I was dude, Rainbow Ride though, like the cruiser. Oh man.
There's no easy way to do that. Like no matter what route you choose, it's going to be heartbreak for a long time. That's what I've come to realize about that.
Yeah, and that strat where you run off and you can kind of use the 1-up mushroom as a visual cue. I realized that you can back that up, and if you end up getting the wall jump, if you go too low, you land on the carpet, and you can go down to that carpet, go up the pole, and then do the wall jumps like the intermediate strats off the Lakitu bounce pole. Like you can go up the slightly harder way.
Oh yeah.
So you kind of have that backup. I practiced that a bit, but Yeah, it was just a relief to get that though. And TikTok clock, man, like this was actually a PB for me, which is pretty crazy. It just shows like the splits are so irrelevant. I should just never restart.
Pretty much.
Yeah, especially like when you have a TTC or really a Tippy like what you guys have had in your PB. Like it just a lot of improvement comes down to just how well Tippy ends up going. Because I can speak from experience. I've had massive time losses in Tippy every PB I've had.
Yeah, my Tippy just falls apart. It like almost turns into a let's play at that point. So 10 seconds in lumps doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, it looks like. Oh, sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh no! All I was gonna say is like it's a very steep increase in difficulty. Like what's weird is like you were saying, like if you try kind of let's playing it and doing mostly casual things, like once you are used to the rest of the game, that becomes easy. But actually doing those stages fast is just brutal. Like it requires so much more practice than everything else.
Yeah, for sure. That's where I'm putting all my practice at the moment.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for coming in, DonB. Congratulations once again, and good luck in the future. Hopefully get some more practice in and get an even spicier time for next time.
Yeah, I hope this motivates Ludwig, honestly.
Yeah, that would be nice too. I mean, he did have his trip, so hopefully now that he's back, he can fit in some practice and perhaps have a little bit more familiarity with how to speedrun 70 star. But we'll see it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back in a moment. We've got more things coming at you next. Thank you, Electric. It was a pleasure as always to co-commentate with you. Up next is okay, hold on. We're getting from the back. We'll let Ludwig do throws. Actually, we'll let him slide in and see how he finishes up his 60 star speed run. It has been quite a ride, so we might as well see how it ends. But up next is Counterlogic Gaming's Cheese versus Tabascoth in the 70 Star League Division 1. And it'll be Electric and Shantastic on comms, so it's going to be a hoot and a holler, to say the very least.
Yeah, I'm certainly really looking forward to that match. Taba is just an awesome dude. I had the opportunity to speak with him a lot personally at Pace, and he's really an up-and-coming player. He's got some skill, that's for sure. So it'll be really interesting to see how that run shakes up. Just like Ludwig's throws are shaking up pretty nicely. He's made 2 out of his 3 current throws so far. Let's see, he's winding it up, trying to decide on a bomb.
Oh, that looked like it might have worked, but just been a little bit far away.
Yeah, it's really difficult to make the third throw if you don't quite have the distance to it, and especially if the ground has already fallen from that area. But 3 for 5, not bad, honestly. He doesn't know that he can't be jumping backwards like that to talk to Bowser.
And there it is. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back, and we'll see you soon. Peace.